Hey everybody, I know it's been a while, so I did update what's going on in the community section, and sorry about the crazy thumbnail. I never know what to do, so when you this YouTube live interface doesn't really allow to go and do a custom thumbnail, except for taking a photo from the webcam, and I just kind of, just me going kind of, it's a little funky. So I make, hey, Malka, hey. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce your first name. Lorenzo is the last name here. Man, Super Plum Fairy. Hello, Sandra. Kaylin, Caleb. Who will win the college? I have no idea. So let me share this link in our online support group for homeless people. Hold on one second, and I'll be right with you all. Okay, hopefully you are all doing great on this Sunday night. So now live. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of you now. And let me switch to the live chat so we can hear everybody. Uncle Chuckles, it doesn't matter who has more homeless people. San Francisco is a bigger city, so per capita, it's going to have more homeless people and more people. But where I was going is just one homeless person is a tragedy. Mouse Connect, hello. Prevet. I don't know what time it is. I know I just said good day, and it might not even be day. But interesting question. Hey, John. Biggie, big. Scott Punk mother is in a nursing home still, and will hopefully she'll be coming home from the holidays, and we take it from there, one step at a time, really. Wow, Colin, sorry. A little bit tired here. I've been, so I'm in California. I've been out all day, walking around, connecting with homeless people. I sadly don't do this all the time. My life is kind of bipolar. I will go for a couple of weeks where I'm out on the streets, and then when I'm back at mom's, I kind of sit at a desk, and my legs are killing me. Oh my gosh. Just from the amount I walked today, I can't imagine what it would be like. Homeless people walk so much every day. Oh my gosh. Hey, is it Nisu? Hello. I actually, there are a couple of people from Romania that I met in London that are on this blog. Hi, Nancy. Terry, no, it isn't. Sabah. Hey, Addie, glad you're here. Serenity. I don't, you mean walking around helping homeless people is how you got back in shape? I actually was thinking about that today because I was having problems. I have huge compassion for anybody that's struggling with pretty much anything. And I think weight for many of us. It's so challenging because society just judges you wrongly. People are people, and we're all humans. And I saw a quote today where when you judge somebody else, like on their fashion, but it could be for anything else, it really makes more of a statement about you than it does them. And so I know, and really, it's health issues. I mean, the doctors told me a long time ago that if I don't reduce my weight and start eating healthy, I'm not going to be around much longer. But it's so stinking hard. I have huge respect for people. Hey, Serenity, glad to hear that you're no longer homeless. So when it's 5:30, ask, what do you think about homeless people living in their cars? So I met a homeless man today who's living in an RV with his daughter. They were evicted. They've been in the RV for about a year. They were in an apartment that was, like a duplex multi-family resident thing. And the person that owned the whole house, there was a death, and then they sold it and they got evicted. So they first lived in their car for a while. That was challenging. Now they got the RV. But the guy said something to me. Now, he said that he took my number and hopefully he'll call back to do an invisible people interview, because one of the things he said was, so I asked him, so what's it like being mobile homeless? And his response was, have you ever seen Lost in Space or Star Trek? And of course I said yes. And then he went on to say, well, every single day we have to move. We don't really know where we're going. And every place we go, there's real danger. And every place we go, nobody wants us. And he even went on now I abbreviated this for Twitter but he went on even to say that they'll go park someplace. They'll see, a couple other RVs, and the other RV people will come and yell at them. So he says, sometimes I go and park and landlords come and yell at me. And then there's other times when I go and park and the other mobile homeless come and yell. And it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Hey, Serenity Mask, we have an online support group just for homeless people and formerly homeless people. Love to have you join us. If you are watching this and you were never homeless or you're not homeless now, please, there's lots of other groups. This is just for homeless people and formerly homeless people. And Serenity Mask, if you visit wearevisible.com, it's a redirect link to the Facebook group for formerly homeless and homeless people. And I love you all, but we tried to really screen people in the group. It's a peer support group for homeless people and formerly homeless people helping each other. So I'm not big on exclusive country club type things, but this is a peer support group, and it works so much better and it's healthier if it's just the members that are supposed to or that can relate to each other. Hopefully you guys understand. Wow. Oh my gosh. TK King 677. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away. Wow. Wow. As many of you know, I don't do this chat for fundraising. I just do it so that I can connect to you all and learn from you and listen and answer questions. So if people want to give, I'm extremely grateful. Now I'm working with, oh, you know what? Thank you guys. I mean, gosh, thank all of you, because we just hit, or we hit a couple weeks ago, but 200,000 subs, 200,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel. If you are just tuning in, subscribe. There's a link in the description. Please subscribe. Every time, just so you know, whenever you go live, it automatically, a bunch of people unsubscribe. So if you're new here and you find value in the conversation about homelessness and ending homelessness and helping people, please subscribe. But thank you. And just to put it into context, we're a nonprofit. We're not a YouTube channel. I mean, we are a YouTube channel. We're not I'm not this YouTube creator dude. And sometimes I look at YouTube creators and they're sexy, I mean, they're doing all this cool stuff and they got all this sexy going on. And it's really amazing. And I say, gosh, I wish I could be like them, but we're a nonprofit. We're different. We're not here to make money. We're not here and I'm not saying all YouTubers are just there to make money. They provide value. There's some amazing people doing amazing storytelling and amazing content. But our agenda, our motivation, our purpose, our value proposition is different than a YouTuber. We're trying to use YouTube to fight homelessness and poverty. So if you look at nonprofits, a typical nonprofit may have 1,000 subs, maybe a couple thousand subs. In the homeless services sector, they may have a few hundred. We have 200,000 subs. That's amazing. And that's all thanks to you. Thank you. And thank you again, TK King. That's huge. We can. I handed out it's a little under $300 worth of wipes today. So if any of you are thinking about what you should give to homeless people, so I always tell people, first ask. So yesterday I was walking around. And I sat actually, a couple homeless people had, folding chairs, and they invited me to sit and talk for a while. So I did. And I asked one of the guys, and his name is Cowboy. And I said, what can I get you all that I can carry around? I mean, some stuff I just, I can't carry it, what can I bring you that is going to be of value to you that I can carry? And he says, people are always giving us hygiene stuff. They're always giving us hygiene kits. We got tons of that stuff, but we still can't clean up. So I drove to Walmart last night and I bought almost $300 worth of, I bought all the wipes that I could afford. And I walked around and handed out wipes today. And then when I walked up to Cowboy, I tweeted earlier, but it was Cowboy that actually said it. It was yesterday that he said, hey, we need something to clean up with. So, and then today I walked up to Cowboy and I give him the wipes and he says, yay, shower in a bag. And as funny as that is, and I like to, folks, if we don't laugh at life, you might as well just cry. I mean, and who wants to cry all the time? As funny as it is, shower in a bag, it also is very sad that people in this country and, other countries too, don't have the necessities to clean up that we all take for granted. Wow, TK. Wow, you're rocking my world. Hi, Miriam. KS, a lot of people actually do the 24-hour fitness and sign up for gyms. Scott Punk, uh, I probably could order dry shampoo off Amazon or whatever. I just ran to Walmart and got wipes. It was just easier. Yeah, Robert, I used to do the deodorant uh, to the max. And I mean, come on. We're all family here. We're just going to be honest. I mean, even sometimes not homeless and I'm out and working and sweating, and then I got something going on where I'm going to be, have to be maybe a little bit fancy or something. I'll do a couple of squirts of cologne. Hey, Kenneth, glad you could find us or join us. Join us. Guys, I'm a little bit tired. Like I said, I think I walked 11,000 steps today. And that's not a real lot in the world of steps, but it is a lot when you don't do that every day. But you know what? And I'm still on New York time. If I know I've been doing this 9 o'clock Sunday nights, East Coast time. So I'm in California, 6 o'clock, obviously. Hey, Curtis, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Addie, dollar stores have the dry shampoo. I'll have to check it out. Anita is talking about tampons and pads. Huge issue. Huge issue. You know what? I gotta tell you a wonderful story. Her name is CJ. So when I was here a couple weeks ago, I had met CJ, and she had this information about this bridge shelter they're trying to build, which I support. They need to do something. And she had this information, and she was viewing it really interesting because, see, homeless people don't often get the LA Times or news from Twitter, and not that they're not on Twitter, it's having access. So they just don't have access to current events like we all do. So the views that CJ had about what was going on wasn't necessarily the truth. I ran into that today too with a couple of people. And I mean, it's just the way it is. We're humans. We only get pieces of information and we make up, our paradigms about that. So anyways, CJ, I just thought she was wonderful. She's trying to get out of here. Her dog was pregnant. She believes that she's going to be able to sell the puppies and, get out of California. God bless her. I hope she's able to do that. So we were talking, and she just really is really awesome. So yesterday I stopped and I gave her socks, and she went and gave socks to somebody else. So today, when I was walking and giving wipes, she asked, well, can this person have wipes and can that person? So obviously, we went and gave them wipes, but she was giving the stuff that I was giving to her away to other homeless people. She's very generous. So later in the day, I'm walking through, and I saw her, and so I opened my backpack and I took out a 12 pack of Hanes, and I tossed them to her, and I said, "You know what to do with these?" And she just smiled and gave me a big nod because she's going to give them all out. In fact, but I will talk to her about pads and tampons. Hey, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Wow. Coffin cat 666. Thank you and thank you. And that's an interesting emoji. I didn't even know that was possible. Malka, you know what? It's funny is that I think of you a lot. Just so you guys know, Malka, in a very nice way, has always encouraged me to live chat. And when I don't live chat, she is lets me know how much she misses it. So I feel a little pressure in a good way when I'm not able to live chat. But I mean, not just from her. I really enjoy just connecting with you all. Wow. You know what? Sandra just talked about Walmart in her car. How many guys and girls, how many of you have been homeless or are homeless? Well, cheaper. Paris is on fire. What happened? I haven't checked out current here. Just talking about how some people are disconnected, and obviously I was disconnected. Flying Gill, thank you very much. Hopefully, you're talking about finding the videos. Wow, police, you've been homeless off and on. Wow. I'm blown away. I wish there was a way that we could do a count. Hey, Trevor, I'm feeling you too. Yeah, Coffin Cat. Uh, I consider myself a garbage head. My favorite drug was yours, but when 24 years ago, when it was actually time to kick, I it was meth and heroin. I mean, I was using meth to stay up for days on end, and then heroin to go to sleep. Yeah, Warrington. I was just in Manchester. Shocking how much homelessness is. Mr. Echo, thank you. Oh my gosh. Hey, Harry. Hey, Bliss. Elias, I have not been homeless, but I was almost evicted. Gentrification. Yeah, it is crazy. I don't know how many of you are LA based. My favorite restaurant is in Glendale. And I drove there last night. It's not far as miles, believe it or not. It's 17 miles from where I am, and it's an hour and a half drive each way to make that 17. But I used to work in homeless services in Glendale. So I know Glendale a lot because I was out in a van every day. And I drove down one street in Glendale and it no longer looked like Glendale. There was new apartment buildings everywhere. It was crazy. Hey, Perry Gregory, thank you. That's a huge need. Hey, Police Chaplain Misty, where are you? I was born in. Are you still in the Glendale area? I was just going to ask where your chaplain at. Ska Punk, you know what? You should start. You really are an evangelist for the mobile living lifestyle. It's just not for me. I uh, I don't. Do you, Police Chaplain Misty? Do you know Emeritus Spriggs by any chance? I think the nonprofit is Caladad. Yeah, Kenneth, he is 100% sold on van life. I don't know. I can find it if you want, but there was this guy that was uh, doing kind of like a critique on other van life videos, and he's in his van. I might have talked about this before because it's hilarious. He's in his van. Yeah, it's not that nice. He's in his van and he's playing these other van life videos that are very popular. And you got the drone footage and it all looks great. And there's a good looking couple and it looks like they're so happy. And he turns to the camera, the guy watching it and playing it, and he goes, I know you're shitting in the bag. I mean, come on. I love you, Scott Punk. You're always supportive of this channel, but van life is not for me. Hey, Jason. My mom is such a fighter. She's coming home, hopefully in before Christmas. Um, don't know how long that's gonna be, but we're gonna have her home for Christmas at least one more time, and that is awesome. Uh, I am very grateful. Hey, Glenn. Yeah, in different. So I've been in Southern Sudan, Kenya. Homelessness in third world countries is, I think, completely different, and I think it's. Yeah, thank you, Bliss, and thank you, Melka, for always pushing it. Kenneth, I don't. 200 subs was more than enough, um, but thank you. And we do have a PO box. Just so you guys know, I am. If any of you have been following me for any amount of time on Twitter or Facebook, normally I haven't done it yet. So I normally change my avatar to a Grinch avatar. I hate this time of year. The commercialism, the I just commercial Christmas music. and if you love Christmas, God bless you. That's great for you. I hate it. So pretty soon, this year hasn't hit me yet. So it usually hits me when I go out in public, and every place I hear is this god awful music. So then you'll see that I'll put up the you know what? I'll talk about this. So I haven't talked about this. There's deeper. I've had wonderful uh, Mark Yaksamash. Mark's from Czechoslovakia, and I speak a very little bit of Slovak, very little bit. So, like, I can say "Dobro rano," which is good morning, and "Dobro noc," which is good night, and "Dobro" is good, and "Yaksamash" is how are you, which is what I just asked Mark, and hopefully he'll come back and say. Uh, uh, Dobre. So, and I don't even, gosh, I hardly even speak that anymore. So my grandparents are from Czechoslovakia, and I'm the generation they didn't teach it to. So I picked up a couple of words. I'm glad you adore Christmas, and Trina, I'm glad you adore Christmas. I mean, it's wonderful. Some people really, it's a special time of year for people. For me, and I'll tell you a couple of stories. So, growing up as a kid, I had some wonderful Christmases, but then. So I was thrown out of a homeless shelter, and I had my iguana dog, and it was like, even here, it's probably going to go down to 45 tonight. It's cold, and so it was interesting because at the time I had 2 AA sponsors. I didn't just have one; I had 2 AA sponsors. And I'm a friend of Bill W. I still support AA, but I called them both. They didn't return my calls, so I found an alley in Hollywood, and I put the iguana up under my shirt next to my body because the dog would have froze if he didn't have heat, and all I had was body heat. And I, at the time, I was a little more religious than I am now, and I opened my Bible and I put it out over me, and I went to sleep in the alley. There was, you know what, I will tell you a couple of other stories, and this will end on a happy ending. So don't unplug. There was a period of time where it was very dark. The holidays were really dark, and I remember there's this bar up on Hollywood Boulevard called Powerhouse, and it's all the old timers. And I used to go there on Christmas Eve, and I would often go around Hollywood, and you would see the darker side of life on Christmas Eve. You'd see, little boys and girls out there turning tricks. You'd see mental illness, drug addiction. And that was my Christmas. And I don't know what it was about me that drove me to being, I needed to be around whatever dark place, because I just felt so dark myself. Fast forward a couple of years, and I'm an outreach case manager for Path Achieve in Glendale, which ended up becoming Essentia. So my job is to help homeless families. And I actually adopted these hotels, where, weekly rate hotels where homeless families are. And I'd make sure they all have food. I would get them little trees. And here I am, the Grinch. I'm bah humbug times 1,000, but I'm helping all these homeless families have the best Christmas that they possibly can. And and I put it in. I don't know how many of you watched the 10-year anniversary video, but there was the Glendale Winter Shelter. It's about 150 adults. And on Christmas Eve, Andy Bales and Union Rescue Mission, they used to cook them steaks. I mean, amazing. And everybody on Christmas Eve got a steak dinner. Well, the Union Rescue Mission was no longer connected to the winter shelter. They lost the contract. So that means that, they could have peanut butter and jelly. Who knows what they're going to be fed? It was Christmas Eve. So thanks to all you guys, I raised the money and we catered the really great Christmas meal. And Carl's Jr., which is a hamburger place. It's Hardee's on the East Coast. Here it's Carl's Jr. Gave gift cards, socks, of course. We gave everybody gift bags. And then Richard Branson, this girl named Shannon, who's wonderful, Shannon Smith, she contacts me and she says, Mark, Richard Branson is sending me his shoes. And it was like, and she went on and she said, I want to do something good while I'm wearing Richard Branson's shoes. What had happened is she tweeted out, I wonder what it's like to be in Richard Branson's shoes for a day. Richard Branson saw it and he sent her his very shoes. And they made a big thing documenting it coming across on the airline. And so long story short, Shannon came up, a bunch of friends from social media. It was wonderful because there was Christians and people of the Jewish faith, and there was people of all different faiths and no faith. There were some atheists and we all celebrated by feeding 150 homeless people and giving everybody gift bags. And it was just so amazing. But I remember the one night. So when growing up, Christmas was always, you'd get this warm, fuzzy feeling when you're doing Silent Night and you got the candles going. And I remember, my Christmas was spent, helping homeless people. And at the Glendale Winter Shelter, I went to go use the bathroom before I left, and it was Christmas Eve. And here, all these men were having a warm shower. And I really thought about it. I mean, gosh, all you guys that are homeless, what having a warm shower, it's like, it's the best feeling, especially when you haven't showered for a couple of days. And here is a group of men, and then the women were also, had it in their bathrooms, were getting a warm shower on Christmas Eve. And I'm thinking, what a great, amazing blessing. And then when I drove home, and all the churches just happened to be getting out, everybody with their suits and ties and, dressed up for, and you know what? That's fine. That's wonderful. And it's great. And families should celebrate holidays like that. I'm not trying to slam that in any way. I'm just saying, for me, I feel holidays, the joy of a holiday, when I'm able to go out and help other people. And ever since then, and now I can't say I haven't, because I did it with my mom last year. We did the, Silent Night church thing. And I didn't plan on doing all this on this live chat. I just thought I'd connect with you. I hope you guys don't mind a little rant down memory lane, I guess you'd say. But that for me, and life might change. I might find a future Mrs. Horvath someplace. We may end up doing the church thing on Christmas Eve. I can't say that, that's not something that's going to change. But for me, every holiday is really about, well, gosh, every day to me is about going out. I mean, if I could, I got to tell you, today I was thinking, and then I'll go back to reading some comments and answering questions, guys. Today I was thinking that I hate homelessness. I hate homelessness with all my heart, but I just love walking and meeting and talking to new homeless people. There was a man that I will call him Richard. He probably wasn't of right mind. He had some mental illness. He'd been out here for a long time. And I walked about 4 or 5 blocks with him, just talking, and it made my day. Am I weird? Well, you don't have to answer that. Am I weird? Am I weird that I enjoy hanging out with homeless people? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back to the comments. Hey, Mupine 67. I have been to Sudan in 2003 and 2005. And to get to Sudan, I had to stay in Kenya for a bit. So, yes, I have been in third world countries. Wow. All guts, no glory. $60. Wow. Hi, Anita. Hey, you guys. And this is just for homeless people and formerly homeless people. We have an online support group you can find at wearevisible.com. Love to have you. If you're not homeless or you're never homeless, please, this is just for homeless people or formerly homeless people. Oh, Mark, I think you're Mark from Czechoslovakia. I think you're I don't know if they'll do a translation. No. I wish, it would be really cool if YouTube, Google integrated their translation software interface with chat. That'd be great. Hey, Cheaper Ricky for all. Thank you very much. Hey, Jeannie, I don't know. So, Houston, and again, if you're homeless or formerly homeless, uh, please find us at wearevisible.com. If you're not homeless or never been homeless, there's lots of other groups on the internet. This is just for formerly homeless and homeless people. I don't have any good connections in Houston. Somebody else might have. Houston is praised a lot by the homeless sector, and I have issues with that because I'm sure they're doing great work, but here you have been calling around and no beds. So hey, Maxim, pre-vet. And again, I know I'm saying good day, but I know a good night in Czechoslovakia, and it probably is, what is it, a 5 hour, 8 hour difference? It is night. So I don't know how to say that in Russian. Sorry. Do know a few Russian words. Hey, Natasha. Anita, it's fine here. Are you saying that it's buffering? Anybody else having problems? One of the reasons that I can't do this when I'm traveling is hotel Wi-Fi, but I thought this hotel Wi-Fi was going to be good enough. Iowa fam, it's very, people just don't understand. So here the winter shelters are opening up, and they have a one small bag limit. Now, in defense, I've worked the winter shelters. So when homeless people bring all their stuff, it it causes problems. But then again, on the other side, if I'm a homeless person and I have 3 bags of stuff and I can only take 1 bag of stuff to get out of the cold, what am I going to do? And that's the choice. Do I, risk losing all my stuff to get inside for the night? And a lot of people say no, and I don't necessarily blame them. Perry, I was in Tulsa. I don't remember Oklahoma City. Thank y'all. Curtis, what do you mean shelter 3 times? If you're homeless at all, yeah. Bliss, I today I was thinking like wipes. I've got to find some other uh, eh, support like Haynes does. Heather, right now I am in Los Angeles. Ken, thank you for your kind words. Wow, 5 states, that's a lot. Well, Sheila, I don't think uh, they're not going to want to publicize that they have homeless people as members. In fact, a lot of homeless people now are driving for Lyft and Uber. And I once tried to get there was a dad driving for Lyft, and they had 4 kids, and they were just going into an apartment, and they needed furniture and everything. It was the holiday time. I thought it would be great for Lyft, but then when Lyft didn't respond to me, I realized that it was probably not something they wanted people to know, that some of their drivers are homeless. Jax, thanks so much. Oh my gosh, thank you. You guys are awesome. Anita, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Far Records, I agree. They Uber and Lyft have enough PR problems with a lot of other stuff going on. And the thing is, it's the stereotype and the stigma around homelessness. I mean, I wish that Uber and Lyft could do something that would maybe help their drivers who don't have housing get into housing. That would make a really cool campaign. It'd be amazing. However, if the public knew how many homeless people are driving for Uber and Lyft, and many of them are sleeping in their cars, they probably would stop using their service. And then, yeah, you guys get it. Okay, everybody, we're going up on an hour. We got 10 minutes left. Any last thoughts? Last questions? Hey, Ken, thank you for your kind words. Glad you're no longer homeless. I know Timmy D just talks about, how many times have a homeless person's been rejected. And that's even from the homeless sector. Addie, oh my gosh, you guys there's so much news now about that tent city. I've been following along. I guess they got a bunch of people in housing, which is good. Um, so Haynes was going to do something in Minnesota. Most of my travel is dependent on other people, and yeah, guys, we'll do. I don't know if you guys know this. So on Christmas Eve, what I've been doing, and we have an online support group for homeless people, and what I end up doing is I have a chat just for people like this. Maybe I'll just do a open one like this on Christmas Eve. Will Morrison, how long are you talking to me? I was street homeless off and on for a year, but then I lived in a shelter for 7 years. Little Bird, thank you for your kind words. Yeah, I'll try to do more, Kenneth. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, Jesse, I actually, if you type in Route 66 homelessness, I did a show with a Turkish PBS station of all, and we went to the tent city in Anaheim. Hey, Holly, you're not so late. I can still say hello, hello. Hey, Bliss, I'm sorry. Yeah, I spent this Thanksgiving alone, and that was kind of funky. I think that's one of the big things of why I love going out and helping people. Thank you, Malka. um, Police Chaplain Misty. Can I call you just Misty? Yes, Bob's Big Boy is still in. Well, I don't know if there's a Glendale one. I know the Toluca Lake one is still there. Hi, Carla. She's coming home for Christmas. So that's better. We don't know what's going to happen after that or how long she'll be home, but we're going to have to, one step at a time. Who dat? Thank you. Smudge for Mom. My name. Oh my gosh. I adore that. Thank you. Okay, 4 more minutes, winding down. Thank you, Sheila. And thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, everybody. Oops. So one thing I'm going to try to do here, I don't know if you remember Olivia with her son. They were also featured in Dateline. She texted me tonight. She's actually moving into an apartment, which is amazing, but public storage because she couldn't pay her bill, sold all her stuff. So they're moving into a barren apartment. So if I can get over to see her, I might do a fundraiser, try to get her some furniture. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Nancy. Jap, back at you. Hey, Heather, it's wearevisible.com. It's only for homeless people and formerly homeless people. Wearevisible.com. Hey, Matthew, wearevisible.com. Only for formerly homeless and homeless people. And please answer the screening questions because the admins, I'm not the only admin, just so you know, it's run and managed by homeless people and formerly homeless people. We don't approve anybody that doesn't answer the questions. Thank you, Bliss. Yeah, Heather, we'd love to have you then. Glinda, thank you. I used to visit Atlanta. It kind of goes, it's weird. So I always visit Los Angeles a lot, but then I'll go where I'm visiting New York and Chicago, then I'll be visiting Seattle and Portland and different places. It's just weird how, this is all evolved. Thank you. My name is Love. Yeah, block ma'am. I've done that a couple times myself. Anyways, everybody, I just want to say thank you for spending the last hour with me. It's been wonderful, and I think the world of each and every one of you. It's been, if you are new to this channel, This is 10 years, 10 years. Oh my gosh. I wonder what it would be like if I was able to live stream back then. And over 200 subs. That's huge for a nonprofit channel. And then a nonprofit channel that's talking about homelessness and empowering homeless people to share their own story. That's a miracle. Anyways, I hope Victoria, hello. Yeah, Harry, you know what? You guys, you're all regulars here, so I kind of feel obligated now in a good way. So we're gonna keep this going the best we can. Anyways, you guys all have a really good week. Next Sunday, I'll try to do this next Sunday. No promises, because I'm here working and my schedule is not really locked in yet. So I don't know what's really going to happen. I'm also, but anyways, it's really hard saying goodbye. It just is. Sometimes at Mom's when I've done these, we've stayed on for almost 2 hours, but I have to go tonight. I have to go. So you guys have a marvelous week. Thank you so much for spending the last hour with me, and take care.